I sort of felt like there was something missing in my life.
I just needed some direction, really. I was a bit, I was at a, I dare say, probably a low point.
I had moments where I just wasn't feeling that I knew where I was going.
Meeting Anita and Sonia and having their guidance and assistance has sort of given me that confidence and trust in them to look further into myself and understand things about my past. And now I've let those go and I can move on to, learn more about myself and what I want to do in my life.
What makes me the happiest, or to help me find the most joy in my life through this, is I've been growing through this experience for the last 8 years or so.
I think it's amazing what Anita and Sonia are doing.
They're able to see what's going to benefit you the most. And
you put your trust in Anita and Sonia, who are very wonderful, calm and nurturing teachers, then they will help you work through some things in your life that have maybe happened in the past that you may remember or you may not remember, and they can help you work through these issues and things, and you come out understanding yourself better and being a more calm and peaceful person.
I'm still who I am. I still have all of the feelings and thoughts that I used to have before, but now I have a different way of dealing with it. I actually am a better version of me. That's the best way to describe it.
They really have benefited me and other people that I know. They both have different aspects to bring to the table, I think. So, yeah, I think it works really well.
I have in a better financial state and a better, much more positive frame of mind as well. Yeah, you've got to sort of work on yourself first to get it. If anything else in your life's going to work, you've got to get your stuff together first.
It's very energetic, it's wonderful. They're coming from a very spiritual background and a very scientific background, and I think there's many people who are dubious of learning meditation and learning techniques like this because they're either very sciencey or they're very spiritual, and having the combination of the two together I think is very grounding and, yeah, a great dynamic.
The care, the love and the real connection that I feel is truly amazing, and I have to say now, in particular with the Iswara community being established, it's even more so.
It certainly does help knowing that you're not the only one with with the issues that you have. So
doing it online and knowing that there's other people out there that have the same feelings and yearnings for learning processes to understand themselves better, I think, that having that community has been great.
My experience with the portal has been great. First of all, for me, I have recently just moved from Brisbane to London, so experiencing the portal from a very, very different location, I have to say it feels just as connected as what it was when I was physically located a lot closer in Brisbane.
I can become more in tune with myself, and then in effect that has helped me become calmer and more peaceful again.
Definitely would think it's a wonderful journey to go on for people. So
I have so much admiration, so much love, so much respect for Anita and for Sonia and for the Iswara community. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Sonia.
Hi, I'm Anita. Hope you enjoyed hearing from some of the people we've worked with within Iswara. They are such inspiration to us, really. But you know what? We're actually really looking forward to being here and being with you and doing some work with you now. Before we do anything, we want to congratulate you, don't we, Sonia?
Yes.
You know why I congratulate you? It's because you have stopped and taken some time out for you that says something about you, whether you're consciously fully aware or not. Most people you see hope to make changes. Most people look to find ways to their dream of making changes in their lives, right? But they get stuck, actually. They get stuck in that phase, so they never get to the point of taking the steps that are needed. So your step for being here shows something about you. So pat yourself on the back because we recognize that about you, right?
Yes, and we're particularly excited to be sharing with you what we've actually used personally to not only transform our life, but the lives of our clients as well. So during our time together, we're going to be revealing how you can begin to understand and truly reclaim your personal power. Now, we have some things we actually want to share with you that are going to create those light bulb moments, those aha moments, and that's what happens to a lot of our clients and our members. And if you're feeling that, you are 100%, you're on the right track.
And that's really, really good, isn't it, actually? Because we look forward to when you can actually say, I get this. Because you know what? The idea of us coming together, it's about you being able to have some strategies, tools and techniques, right? So that you can start to use them and implement them and start to make the changes to your life. You would have set out to have a certain kind of life. The idea is for you to be able to implement tools and strategies so that you can go back to your original design, your original idea. Would you put it that way too, Sonia?
Yeah, that's right. It's almost kind of like you're not following the blueprint that you've come here with.
Absolutely.
And that requires some testing, some experimenting, and so that's exactly why you're here today.
Indeed.
What we really want you to walk away with is that feeling, that thought of like, wow, I see that completely differently. I never would have imagined. That changes everything. We really want you to feel inspired to actually take action.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we're going to take you on an amazing journey. We're excited to go on it ourselves with you and to walk alongside you, to hold your hand so that you can truly step into it and begin to reclaim your personal power. But first, shall we tell them a little bit about Iswara?
Yeah, can I kickstart that one?
Go for it.
Cool, thank you. Okay, so Iswara really is a byproduct of my daughter and I, Sonia, Anita. The intention was that we had learned so much. I had done my work, you have done so much in your field, and then growing up with this stuff. It was really the combination of what Sonia and Anita really, it's a mother and daughter team, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah, so I am thoroughly excited that I actually get to work alongside somebody I love, but also admire, and I have deep respect for her. So I feel like I'm super lucky to be able to work with somebody that is so close to my heart, actually.
As am I.
Oh, that's nice, right? So the intention of Iswara really is so that we actually really help people to be able to find their way in life so that they can find a sense of well-being and fulfillment in life, really. But today, what we really want to do today, we want to actually help you to be able to step towards your personal power. So if you're in a state of being stuck or something, we want to really be able to help you to step forward, just take that one more step towards where you really want to go. Right?
Would you say, we talked about this before, but would you say it's our mission today?
I would say so.
Yes, it's our mission to help you do that, to just take that one, because it takes those small, tiny steps, those small, consistent, tiny steps. That's what creates those lasting changes. So together, Anita and I have over 25 years of experience in science, coaching, therapy, mindfulness, and meditation. And after years of working with clients and really doing some deep exploratory work, what we found was most beneficial was that unique combination of East and West. And so with that combination from a well-being perspective, that is what has helped, not just us, but by far many other people that we've helped as well.
Because really the uniqueness is that we bring tradition and progressiveness together, don't we, really?
It's that Western science and also those Eastern philosophies.
Yeah, very much so. Because I think, those old meditation techniques, the ancient techniques, we have the blessing to be able to bring those, but we blend it with the current models of coaching, right? Aspects of therapy, even, really, isn't it? We bring it's really actually quite a beautiful combination of tradition, really, from the East, and the coaching concepts and science from the West, really, so that we can ultimately bring out the best and help people to make the changes that they're really, really looking for. Find that that's what's worked the most, isn't it, with our clients, when we bring things together. Really?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's that unique combination that, in our own personal lives, that's what's actually helped us to
Precisely.
Stick to that blueprint.
Indeed.
And be able to honor it and still live a happy, peaceful, successful life.
That is so true, because we actually tried it on us, isn't it? We tried one way and then we tried another way, and then we brought them together, and that's when we had the most results, isn't it? The most successful results was as a result of us bringing it together, really, isn't it?
That's right.
And then using it on clients then.
Yeah, so we help people all over Australia and across several countries to live a life where they actually feel empowered to be their best selves. And I think that is probably the most important thing. They feel empowered to step into their greatness, to be their best self. And really, personal power, that idea of personal power, which we're really going to dive deep into later, is so fundamental to being able to help you get out of that place of feeling stuck, of feeling like you can't move forward, feeling like I've tried this so many times, I don't know why, I'm not achieving what I want to achieve in life. So even if we are doing well, even if you are doing well, personal power is just such a fundamental component.
Absolutely.
So that you can make your best even better. And that's something you'll probably hear us say quite a lot, because it's building on what you've already done, making it even better.
Yeah, very true. So ultimately, we kind of help people on their journey, really, isn't it? To be able to reclaim their power, their personal power, that is, so that you can take your best wherever you are at, you can take it to the next level. But we do it with our Iswara formula, right? And with the kind of tools and strategies that we have found works the best for people, including our own selves, because we use it in our own lives as well. And our elevation program, that's been created specifically with the Iswara formula and the tools and strategies that we found to be the most successful for us and our clients, right?
Yes. So now the first thing we want to do, before we actually dive deeper into some of the exciting work that we just can't wait to share with you, is to make sure that you are in the right place and you don't end up feeling like this is a waste of your time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we want to be able to share with you some things that our clients, as well as our members, say right before they get started with us. But we've also noticed that they will say these things when they're actually coming very close to a huge transformation in their lives.
A huge turning point, yeah.
Indeed. So if you feel like you've tried so many different things, but you keep ending up at square one, that's one of the things, right?
Yes, and if you're feeling overwhelmed with emotions and you just don't know how to manage them.
Very much so. And if you feel like your past experiences are impacting you, it's another one, right?
Or if you're feeling stuck in life and you just don't know how to move forward, you're not sure where to go, you're just feeling like it's the same cycle.
Even if you're looking for more peace in your life, that is such an important thing because every human being is looking for peace.
I think a lot of what our clients and our members say is, you know, within that one-on-one session, what is the one thing that you're looking for? I'm looking for more peace in my life. And that's ranging from younger clients that we have all the way, you know, to
Absolutely.
a more mature age.
Yeah, and that's something there because we've genuinely noticed everybody is looking for peace in one way or another.
So, did you relate to any of these? Because if you do, you're not alone. Many of our members and our clients have actually been through this or something similar. Anita, I know the other day we were talking about a part of your personal journey. Could you share that? Because I know that really relates to what we're talking about today and what we're talking about right now. Could you share that part of the journey?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. For me, on top of feeling like I wasn't good enough, because that's what I really felt, my life experiences from younger years set me up to feel like I actually wasn't good enough. And it's a difficult place when you feel you are not enough and you're not good enough. It's actually a really difficult place to then come back up, because when I thought I wasn't good enough, I didn't realize that I had diminished my personal power to such a degree. How could I do anything amazing with my life if I myself wasn't going to be enough? So I didn't know the problems that I was facing at that time. But my biggest thing was that I felt like I wasn't good enough. But despite feeling that, I still had hopes of having a good life. I mean, I felt like there was more to me. I just didn't think I was ever going to get there. I didn't know how to get there. So for me, I felt like I wasn't good enough. But I still wanted something. I felt like there was more to my life and I didn't know how to get there. So for me, it felt like I was stuck. It was one particular area of my life that I felt that very strongly in. And I didn't get to make the shifts because I genuinely didn't have any tools or strategies. I only had hope. That's all I had. Despite feeling like I was not good enough, I only had hope. So I felt like I had to find something, but I didn't know what to look for. I genuinely didn't know what to do, really. But from that one area, unfortunately, it started to creep into other areas of my life. That's when my problems really kind of begun. It got from bad to worse. So for me, I wanted more for me. I felt like I wasn't enough, and I just didn't get to take the steps. And it kind of, you know the story, it went quite bad for me actually for a long time before I found ways to start to move forward.
And turn it around?
Yeah, for me that's what it was.
So some of you might relate to what Anita went through or have your own challenges in life. Is this something that you've been trying to move past?
Yeah, because you know what, if you are, please know that you are absolutely in the right place. You're not alone. We are here. We can absolutely help you. Our job today is to be able to uplift you, to inspire you. Our job today is to be able to help you to realize that you deserve to take those steps forward so that you can start to move into your personal power and truly start to implement some changes so that you too, just like me, you too can actually move towards living the life that you want to live for yourself, right?
And not just that, but also like how many of our members have also transformed their lives, going from, you know, really just surviving to actually thriving.
Absolutely, that's very well put.
So in this time together, we want to cover what we will not focus on. And there's some importance behind this, so that's why we're covering it. So did you want to do the first one?
I would like to actually, because one of the big ones that I think we talk about is the quick fixes. We won't actually cover quick fix-it techniques. They just in the long run, they just don't work. It's like you just don't put a band-aid over something that needs to be tended to, really. So we find that actually ends up causing more problems, so we won't do any of the quick fixes.
The other thing that we talked about is those do it once and it's done.
Yes.
So we will not be covering any do it once and it's done, because this is about applying the right effort at the right time, in the right place, so that it actually is working for you, rather than you having to like run a mile and then maybe it'll work.
Very much so, because sometimes we hope that we can actually just fix something and we never
have to look at it again.
Exactly, so that's what we mean by do it once, right? There are things that we work through and we become even better for working through them. So we're big believers.
Shapes us.
Indeed, and we want that actually. Now the other very important thing is to empty your cup actually, because if you don't empty your cup, you'll find that there won't be enough space for you to be able to absorb what we can actually impart to you, and you won't be able to implement those things. Because the thing is, don't you find, Sonia, we all know a lot in life actually. We've got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, it's taught us a lot, and so we've had to absorb a lot of information.
So emptying the cup is necessary actually for you to be able to acquire not just new knowledge, but how to apply them, because that's the key really, to be able to make the changes, to apply. So empty your cup, please.
And lastly, our time together is not about feeling bad or guilty. So it's not about feeling bad or guilty about where you're at, because we're going to help you. Remember, it's our mission today to help you, to inspire you to be able to take that positive action, to be able to truly understand what it means and begin to step into your personal power. So make a promise to us. We're going to hold you accountable. If you're feeling bad, if you're feeling guilty, if you're feeling anything that's not making you feel better about you during this time with us, they're not going to do that, right? You're not going to do that.
It serves you no good. It really doesn't serve you. So it's good to actually just step forward with an open heart and an open mind and realize that we're all here together to make some shifts. So let's do that. Let's focus on that, yeah?
I'm excited. We're going to dive deeper.
Yes, let's do that actually. Are you ready? Okay, so today our intention is to show you why your personal power is so very important for you, especially if you're wanting to move forward, especially if you want to create some lasting changes in your life, as well as if you want to actually live your life the way you want to, right?
Absolutely.
Your personal power is key to living your very best life.
So we want to cover what it means to actually live in your personal power, to go from feeling stuck, feeling unhappy, feeling stressed, to actually feeling empowered to be your best self, to make those shifts towards your greatness. So, shall we get into it?
Yes, let's do that. Are you ready? Okay, so
what do we want to make sure? We want to make sure that your stresses and problems become a non-issue.
Very much so, actually. The other thing we want to do is proceed through life and life's challenges with ease, with control, right?
So that you can become the best version of you.
Very much so. And you can start to believe in yourself again. Yeah?
And this is all the byproduct of actually stepping into your personal power.
So that you can start to live a happier life, right? The kind of life that you really want to live for yourself, you know?
So specifically what we're going to cover is, what is your personal power?
Also, why is it so important? We actually think it's so important, your personal power, but there's a reason why it's so important.
And what you can actually do to improve your personal power.
Now, just learning about these things, it's not going to be enough. Actually, knowledge is fabulous. So just knowing is not enough. So we wanted to make sure that we actually gave you 2 simple, yet really powerful empowering practices so that you can start to use them. And we just want to be able to help you to create at least some shift, some step towards your right direction. Yeah, we actually are best known for our empowerment practices, and we are humbly very proud of that actually. So we are thoroughly looking forward to sharing them with you. We seem to create shifts when we take people through our empowerment practices, so we really look forward to sharing them with you.
So in this time together, we're actually going to do our very, very, very best to teach you as much as we can. And at the end of our time here, for those of you who really want to learn more, we promise to show you where to find more of today's interesting information and how you can actually get further trainings, tools, strategies to create and really make those transformations a lasting change in your life. Okay?
Okay, so have you already done your personal power assessment? Most of you would have done it. If you haven't, when you're free, make sure you do them. So this piece today that we're teaching you, we have actually plucked it right out of Module 1. It is from our Breakthrough Elevation program. And we did that because we find that it really helps people to begin to see where they really are at and the journey to lasting transformation, how that looks and how it begins. So we want to talk to you about what personal power really is and how do you know that you are in your personal power. It's really important.
So we define personal power as that innate energy within us.
Very much so. Yes.
So it's your point of power. It's kind of like your battery. And so when you're fully charged, you feel like you can really set anything you set your heart and mind to, you can achieve it, you can do it.
Exactly, because life has a natural rhythm to it, which should flow most gracefully from within us. And when we're in that space, when we're with our natural rhythm, even when we face challenges, because we do as human beings have challenges, and it's what helps us. So when we flow with our natural rhythm, life's challenges and life's obstacles, we are able to manage them with far greater efficiencies when we are in our personal power. Would you agree, Sonia? Is that how you put it?
Yeah.
So I wanted to share with you some real life examples of what personal power really is and what it looks like. Personal power is aligning with your purpose. It's aligning with your direction.
True personal power is moving beyond and accepting your past experiences and not being controlled by them. So it's through this process that brings a deeper level of peace into your life.
And when you are in your personal power, the thing to realize is you don't feel stuck ever, actually. That's important to know that.
And you don't feel like you're running on an empty tank.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
You're empowered and you feel strong, your energy is strong.
Yeah, and you no longer feel disabled, do you? Whether it's self-doubt, whether it's negative self-image, you tend to accept yourself far more, even if you're going through challenges. There is a deep level of self-acceptance, and you actually are, in essence, looking to bring out the uniqueness that is within you when you're in your personal power. And even when you're facing life's little challenges, when you have access to your personal power, you tend to believe in your abilities to get through those challenges. You can reach out for support when you need it, because that's such an important thing. And you have this deeper level of self-care, and you find that with personal power, you actually can move more fluidly towards your goals, towards your aspirations, so that you can start to live the life that you're only dreaming about, right?
So when you did your personal power assessment, you were asked to look at the 7 key areas of your life. And we refer to each of these as power cells, which are our spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, relationship, vocation, and financial cells. Now, our unique algorithm then calculates your overall personal power score out of a percentage of 100. The higher your score, the closer you're operating towards actually being your best self. Now, you would already see that there are some areas of your life that are happier or just work a little better, and this is completely normal.
So why is it that your personal power is so important? Ultimately, your underlying power cells are the things that influence the direction you take in your life and how fulfilled you really feel and how fulfilled you really, really are. So our job is to help you to be able to maximize your personal power so that you can lead the life that you really want to. But before we take a closer look at your personal power, we wanted to share with you some important stats. Stats that we feel are the key reason why we decided to create the personal power score in the first place, right? Our actual Iswara formula was because of these stats, right? So here are some quite scary stats. I thought it was scary. When we actually looked at it, I couldn't believe that that was actually true. So it was 1 in 5 adults actually are impacted by mental illnesses.
2 in 3 adults are overweight or obese.
And 1 in 3 people have significant levels of distress.
More than 30% of marriages end in divorce.
Less than 50% of people are actually happy with their job.
Financial issues are one of the top causes of stress. So hopefully you can now see why our motivation was, or what our motivation was to create the personal power score to help you identify and deal with these issues and many more. So let's now take a closer look at the power cells.
Let's start with the physical cell, shall we? Okay, you can all relate to your physical body, right? It is your house, it's your vehicle that you use to move around in your daily life. So your physical body is really important. So we call that your physical cell. When this cell is highly powered, you are energized. You are flowing with the current of life and you're not going against it. You have a highly powered physical cell, you tend to feel a bit more vital, you feel happy, healthy, and more peaceful in life. Without the physical body, really your form does not exist. But what is it that drives your physical body?
Well, the physical cell acts as a bridge between what you think and what you feel and what you experience in life. So we refer to this as our operating system, which is made up of your spiritual, mental, and emotional faculties. Now, when you begin to master all 3 areas, it actually enables you to be effective in the various areas of your life. So let's now look at each of these power cells. Shall we start with the spiritual?
Yeah, I'd love to. So, there is a higher intelligence that is within you. And it's this intelligence that is on a quest for the higher aspect of love, for the higher aspect of peace in our lives. When you're high in this cell, when your spiritual cell is working properly in your life, you feel that you are living your life optimally. You feel like you're achieving things that you're here to achieve. You're kind of in alignment with the best and the highest part of you, which means whatever life throws your way, you're able to navigate it with far more efficiency, really. It is for this reason that we place the most value on the spiritual self. So in the personal power, overall personal power score, we look at the spiritual self as the highest rung, really.
Let's now look at the mental cell. So the mind is an amazingly powerful tool. And when the cell is actually functioning at its optimum, it's working in alignment with that higher intelligence, with your spiritual self, and you're no longer disempowered. Now, when this cell is low, you might feel overwhelmed, you might feel thoughts of self-criticism, or feel like you're just having trouble switching your mind off, or that your mind is just kind of cloudy, foggy, and there's no clarity.
And the third and the final part of your operating system is your emotional cell. We all live lives, and whatever we experience in life, it does require us to have the support of a highly powered emotional cell, so that when life throws a curveball, which it does, we all know it does, when life throws us a curveball, we can walk away with the ability to transform what we're feeling into something far more constructive rather than it becoming destructive on us. when you're running low in this cell, you might feel like it's more difficult to open up, to trusting. You might feel like you're not enough. You might find it challenging to be able to express yourself, to express love, to even accept love in different areas of your life. You might find yourself feeling emotionally triggered a little bit easier than what normally would. And sometimes people find it easier when they're very low in this area to just be closed off so that they disengage from their feelings as well. So those are some of the things that your emotional power cell can actually show you where you are at.
So if they can begin to master the 3 main power cells and apply it to their life, then you'll have the level of power in your life that you actually need to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So now if we look at the 3 final power cells which make up our personal power, let's start with relationships. So in life, we are constantly building and evolving relationships, whether it's with ourselves, friends, family, work, or even experiences. For example, right now, you are forming a relationship with Iswara and the concepts that we're teaching you. Our relationships, they often act as a mirror. So when you're highly powered in this cell, your relationships become harmonious and a free expression of love without expectation. Amongst other things, when you're low in this area, you might feel unsupported in life. You might feel like it's difficult to find love or be loved. Or there might be things that you just don't like about some people that you come across in life, and it's just hard to get past it. There might just be people where it's just difficult to gel with.
Yes, very much so.
Or even fit in.
Yeah,
right?
very much so. Now let's look at your vocation cell. Our vocation can contribute to a large portion of what we do in life. Whether it's paid work or unpaid, it is a huge part of our lives. So when we are highly powered in this area, when you find yourself highly powered in this area, you are truly fulfilled in what you do. You use your talents, your abilities, and you feel like you're able to creatively express yourself, which is really important. But when this cell is low, you might feel like you don't really enjoy what you're doing, or you feel like you're not earning what you're worth. You might feel like you're not appreciated for what you do. And you'll find that anything that you love, you're passionate about, you're not really quite connected to. So those are some of the things that are missing when that cell is low. These kinds of thoughts and feelings, they don't positively contribute to your well-being at all. The key to this cell lies in tapping into your uniqueness. That is the most important thing. The higher aspect of you is the key, so that you are open, you're receptive to your vocation, and that allows you to truly express the best part of you. And you no longer feel limited. You no longer feel like you're holding back and you're capped at your ability. You start to actually open up to such a degree that you start to become a change maker in this world. That is what you want to strive for anyway.
And lastly, our financial cell. So when you're highly powered in this cell, you actually recognize and are receptive to the abundance that exists internally as well as externally. And you're open to allowing that to flow into your life very freely. And I think that's the key to this cell. When you have a low powered financial cell, you might feel like it's difficult to find work. It's really hard to stay afloat, or you feel like you're just chasing your tail when it comes to money. Some people feel controlled by the unending material wants and desires, or they just wish to have wealth, but their actions and behavior are misaligned to their goals.
Very much so. So I wanted to just recap very quickly. Your personal power is made up of 7 individual power cells, which are ultimately all interrelated, which is why we need to work at improving each of these power cells that are important in our life. So firstly, our operating system, which is your spiritual, your mental, your emotional selves, and they contribute towards your physical power cell. Your expressions, your actions, and your reactions are a byproduct of how effectively each component of your operating system is working for you.
Next, your physical cells. So this is the one that we actually all kind of relate to. It's the vehicle through which you express yourself. And we want this vehicle to run really smoothly for us and not actually limit us from going from point A to point B. So with the right use of your operating system, you can actually use your physical vehicle to really make the most of the different areas of your life.
So your relationship cell starts to flourish in your vocation cell, whether it's through your own business, whether you're in a career, or even if you're somebody that chooses to be home to care for your loved ones, those parts of you starts to flourish actually, and you start to have a level of financial security as well that gives you comfort in appreciating the joys of life, and an openness and ability to be able to then start to contribute, because you start to feel fulfilled enough that you can start to think about the bigger things in life. That is when you become a great contributor to society as well.
And the more you understand how to use your operating system, the greater your potential to use your personal power more effectively in your daily life, and the better life becomes, because it's through the wise use of your whole self that can actually move you towards being your absolute best, right? It's that making your best even better.
Absolutely, and that's what we're actually inviting you to do. No matter where you are right now, we're inviting you to step forward so that you can start to make your best even better. Even if you don't like exactly where you are at right now, this is our invitation to you. So, now that you understand the importance of personal power, you can see personal power is really important to us, because we only get to live our best life when we are in our personal power. So naturally, we invite you to do the same thing too. So now that you can see why personal power is so important, let's now look at how you can start to improve your personal power, yeah?
To understand how to improve something, we need to first look at what caused it, or in this case, what caused the reduction in our personal power.
Have you ever been in a situation where you did something and it just didn't turn out the way you hoped it to? It might have been a job interview, it can be sometimes a relationship that actually just ends and it doesn't end really well. Sometimes it's a goal, a really important goal, and it didn't kind of go the way you really hoped it would in your heart. We all have these stories, don't we? We all have war stories like that. As human beings, this is something we all share actually.
So in this algorithm of life, there's always an element of randomness, of something that's just not predictable. And as much as we'd like to plan or create that structure, it always seems to have some twists and turns in store for us. So we want to ask you a question. How do you deal with the roadblocks that confront you?
You know why? Because it's how you respond to these roadblocks, the roadblocks that you have in your life. That is what determines whether you increase or reduce your personal power. It's your roadblocks and how you deal with them that determine how you're going in your life, that determine your personal power level, you see. So it's important to acknowledge that if you have experienced a loss of personal power, you are not alone, and that you no longer have to suffer in this place. You no longer have to stay in this state of loss. Change is possible, but change requires a catalyst. Thing is, will you wait for life to provide you with one, or will you take this opportunity to open up to the idea that change is possible for you? Tremendous change is possible for you. Change that moves you towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards your aspirations, the things that you are hoping for, the things that you want to actually achieve. And we are here encouraging you and we're cheering you on. But you know what? Only you can open that door.
So just take this moment right now and begin to open up to this. Open up to the idea that this is an opportunity for you. An opportunity for you to make a choice, a very important choice.
So I want to actually invite you now to do a very simple yet very effective empowerment practice. Some people need further clarity after doing self-assessment. They need a bit more understanding on how to gauge really when they are losing their personal power and when they are in their personal power. So this particular exercise will help you to start to see, start to identify when you're losing your personal power. So when you're ready, just take a moment and we'll do this practice.
So just take a moment to look at your life right now. So you're just pausing for this moment as we're doing this empowerment practice. And pick one area of your life, pick an area of your life where you're feeling the most loss of personal power.
And there will be key telltale signs. And that's what we're going to start to look for now.
So you want to look for the clues of where you've lost or diminished your personal power, and usually it's through life events and different challenges that you've had to deal with. So your feelings, what you're feeling within you will give you clues.
Are you ready?
So as you're reflecting, look for those clues.
So in particular, as you look at your life, in this particular area of your life, do you go through the feeling of being held back? You might feel that something is holding you back and you're unsure what is next.
Do you go through frustration? You might feel like you're a square peg in a round hole. You might feel like you just don't fit in.
And sometimes when people are low in their personal power, they feel burdened, like they're held down by old baggage. Some people feel held back by self-limiting beliefs. Do you feel any of these?
Are you showing signs of being tired of life? Do you feel like you're swinging from one emotion to another? Whether it's tension, guilt, stress, or overwhelm? Do you feel unable to overcome things that hold you back? Unable to let go?
Do you feel like you're simply making do in life? Maybe worried, filled with self-doubt, criticism, or lack of confidence?
If you feel any of these in one way or another, you're giving up your personal power without meaning to. And in turn, it's causing you to feel how you feel about where you're at in life right now.
And if you just ponder, if you just think back, you might realize, you might recall that your personal power assessment, that should have reflected that, your score would have reflected where you are at right now. So please take this moment and ask yourself this: based on what I experience, how am I using my personal power in this area? Really allow yourself to pause and contemplate this. Based on what I'm experiencing, based on what I experience, how am I using my personal power in this area? And then ask yourself another question, another very important question. And how am I not using my personal power in this area? Contemplate. The personal power is the key to start to do well in this area. So how am I not using my personal power in this area?
So in your daily life, anytime you're going through any of these feelings, remember, you are off kilter and you are diminished in your own personal power.
The good news though is that you are right now, just by being here, open and receptive, you're taking a big step now towards regaining your personal power. So well done, you.
We want to share a real life example of what we've just been talking about, because we actually feel like it'll help you more. So Jo was at a low when she connected with Iswara, and when she completed her personal power assessment, it came in at 35%, which is not uncommon. That's something that's really common when people come to us. And she was having a lot of issues with her partner. So her relationship cell, it was really suffering, it was really low. She was losing her personal power in her relationship cell. And even though she was quite a strong, independent woman, what she was going through was a loss of personal power. So she really actually started to not feel great about herself, think that she wasn't good enough. And I think what she ultimately felt was, that she actually was a very, very good person.
Yeah.
And why was all of this happening to her, all of these challenges and difficulties?
Because it really started to affect her, didn't it, actually, in her life. And as if that wasn't enough, poor thing, Jo then lost her job as well. And that actually created another lack of, another further loss, really, didn't it, in her personal power.
Because it was in that vocation cell as well, so it's all just kind of adding up.
Exactly. And the thing is, whatever you go through in life, you can directly see how you're doing. Actually, your cells are impacted. So whenever you go and do your personal power score, you can literally see. So Jo, not only actually was her relationship suffering, then she lost her job. So her vocation was actually, so that area of her life started to suffer as well. And then she started to have a lot of self-doubt, didn't she, actually, really? And you could see that all of this was spiraling her down now, actually. So instead of feeling good, she was starting to actually go further and further down, and she was finding it difficult to come back up. What made it even worse for Jo was when she started to have financial pressures, right? Do you remember when
Yes.
when her financial pressures started to come? Jo actually really started to suffer, and you could see that she was no longer connected to what she would say is her authentic self now. Actually, she was starting to get disengaged, and emotionally and mentally she was no longer in a great place. So if she had to look at her operating system, that is when her operating system started to fail her. You know what? You have to remember that this often happens to all of us when we go through life challenges, when we go through anything, any obstacles, whether it's a big one or a small one, it seems to have an effect, and it diminishes our personal power significantly. And because of that, it can affect your daily life. And this is when our problems really start. Certainly that's what happened to Jo as well, didn't it?
But I think now we're really happy to tell you that Jo has now actually doubled her score. So from where she was currently at, that 35%, she's doubled her personal power. And it's now at a place where she's really feeling empowered to be that authentic self. I think that's how she says it. And she has an awesome job that pays her more than what she was paid before. She's extremely happy in her personal life as well. So I think we actually touched upon this in the beginning. When you actually feel empowered to be your best self, the way that begins to ripple out has actually happened to her, where she's now become an inspiration for, I think, a few young women around her as well, kind of look to her as a mentor. So her latest personal power score came in, her personal power result, at 76%.
Yeah, and we actually celebrated, didn't we? Because we were so happy. We normally celebrate when people that we work with, because we tend to fall in love with our people, right? Because we are so invested in them. So Sonia and I actually celebrated Jo's victory as well. It was really exciting.
It was very exciting.
Yeah.
So that's Jo. So let's take another look at you. Let's take another look at your life and see how we can actually do some magic here.
Because you know what, much like Jo, you too have identified where you're losing your personal power in your life. That the last exercise we did, it was to identify that. So what would be really good to do is to do another exercise, another empowerment practice, so that we can take our next step together, so that you can actually start to step away from where you are at and continue to step further forward. You deserve to step into your personal power. So let's actually do another exercise towards that end now.
Towards where you want to be.
Yeah. So when you're ready, just make yourself comfortable so that we can go into this next empowerment practice. Are you ready? Okay, so take a deep, comfortable breath. Close your eyes. Step away from the outside distractions. Take your attention within you, to you. This is your time. And as you take that comfortable deep breath, know that you are here for you right now. And as you relax, do that with your exhales. This is your time. So please take another comfortable breath in. And as you exhale, relax. yourself relax a little bit more. And when you're ready, take another comfortable deep breath in. Keep it comfortable. And as you exhale, please relax. Just like a little bit more. And a little bit more. Now, from this relaxed state, start by acknowledging that every human being wants to live the life of their dreams. And this is a good thing. Now think about you and where you're currently at in your life. You too have dreams. Breathe and relax. Knowing that we are all here in the same boat. We all have dreams. So what gets in the way of our dreams? Is it a lack of true personal power that makes it a bumpy road? And if that's the case, then everyone is in the same boat. Each and every one of us have had events in our lives, some good and some not so good. Given we all have been through life experiences, and we all have lost some aspect of our personal power through different experiences. In the end, it's up to us. It's up to each one of us to decide do we want to take our personal power back? It's up to each one of us to decide, do we want to take back our personal power? So we can live life with greater satisfaction, with peace. Each one of us has to decide. We must ask ourselves, do I want to take charge of my dreams, my aspirations, and my goals? Today, you have placed yourself at that pivotal point on your journey of life. So with full awareness, please look. Please look at how where you are at is impacting your life. Really take this moment to look. Because you are at a pivotal point in your life. Ask yourself, do I feel like I'm living my best life? Without judgment, ask yourself that. Do I really feel like I am living my best life? The way I really, really want to live? Give yourself the opportunity to discover how you really feel. And then ask yourself this. What am I prepared to do about this? Where I am at right now in my journey, what am I prepared to do about it? Because in the end, it is up to us, isn't it? We are the only ones that can make that choice. Just like Joe had to, just like I had to, we all have to. Really ask yourself this. Am I prepared to do something about where I am at right now? Am I ready to do something about this? Or is it that I'm not yet ready? With great awareness, you're going to come to a place of choice. Because the choice you make for yourself here is extremely important for you. It shows your commitment to you. The greatest news is, today the buck stops at you. And why is this the greatest news? Because in the end, only you can decide if you truly are ready to move forward in life. And it is empowering to know that the buck stops at you, that you get to decide. You get to reclaim your personal power back if you believe you are ready. In the end, it's up to you. Are you ready to step forward? Are you really ready to step forward? If you are, visualize or imagine that you are stepping forward to take charge of your life. Imagine yourself really stepping forward to take charge and reclaim your personal power.
you have decided to move forward. Within yourself, celebrate that decision. Celebrate that step that you see yourself taking into your personal power. How will your life change for the better with this decision? Allow yourself to feel the choice you have made. This decision to truly move forward in your life.
Now, if you have made a choice to move forward, if you feel, you'll find that you should be feeling positively charged right now. It is a great feeling when you feel positively charged. So please enjoy it. And when you're ready, open your eyes, but stay with this feeling. Stay with this feeling. And if you don't feel like opening your eyes, keep them closed. Keep your heart and your mind open to where you're moving forward to.
Now, you've just made an important choice within yourself. So all of these steps and exercises we've taken you through are really, really powerful. But we want to share with you this really important lesson that both you and I learned pretty early on. Knowledge is extremely important, but knowledge alone doesn't take you to where you need to go. It's how and where you apply this knowledge that actually becomes quite a powerful tool.
Very much so. It's we've all heard that expression. It's using the right tools for the right job, right? It'd be like using a butter knife to cut up steak. Even though I don't eat steak, most people eat steak. It'd be like using a butter knife to cut steak. You can, but it takes a very long time to do that.
And I know that I had, you helped me assemble some IKEA furniture.
That's exactly right.
The other
That's
day.
a good story to share.
And it's about whether you're using that Phillips head screwdriver or the flat head to assemble the furniture. You could be using the wrong tool and just making do with that tool.
Mm-hmm. So what we're trying to say is, don't make do with what you currently are doing if you're not happy with where you're at. Don't just settle. You don't deserve it. Nobody does. You deserve to have the right tools, the right strategies, so you can move forward in the way that you really want to move forward in your life. Why? Because you are worth it. That's why.
So you should now understand what personal power is and why yours might be lacking in certain areas of your life. And you should also be feeling motivated and inspired to take action. Remember, that was our mission. That was our goal for you.
That's right.
To truly be able to walk away and say, wow, I see that differently. I feel inspired to take that positive action. And I know with any of our clients that we do these kind of powerful exercises with, that's exactly what they feel as well. And they're just ready to begin to actually make those big transformations, those big shifts.
Absolutely.
And that's with the right roadmap.
Exactly. Because no matter what you want to achieve in your life, you need your personal power. You need to be able to have enough in your own bank, because that's what helps you to keep going. That's what helps you to make the changes that you need to really make. Without your innate personal power, life's obstacles, they start to become huge roadblocks. They become these big bags that we start to carry, right?
And then we drag them everywhere with us.
We do. We actually
Unconsciously.
Yeah.
It's always unconsciously.
Indeed.
Because we're just doing, honestly, the best that we know how.
Exactly.
But when you have the right tools, you don't have to keep trying.
It makes a world of difference. So please allow yourself to stop and realize that where you are at, if you'd like to move forward, if you've decided to move forward, firstly, celebrate it. Because you have made a choice. There are people that don't even do that, remember? You have done that. But that's not enough. Take another step and then another step. So, the most important steps that you need to take next are step 1. You already know where you are at right now. You already know that. So now all you need to be able to hone in on where do you want to be and become crystal clear on that. Wouldn't you agree? So step 1 is where do you want to be? But to do that properly, we need step 2.
Step 2 is to begin to work through your operating system to learn how you can actually begin to firstly maximize your spiritual, mental, and emotional selves. And as you begin to do that's actually what takes you from point A to point B, all the way to point C, to where you want to go. So understanding how to use all of those cells properly, because they actually directly impact the other areas of your life, like your relationship,
Exactly.
financial, vocation.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I think step 2 is vital, isn't it?
Yes.
To move forward. So step 1, step 2, step 3 is to begin to work through your roadblocks. The roadblocks is our unconscious bags that we carry, and we don't even know sometimes that we have them. So to absolutely start to work through your roadblocks, whether it's from your past, whether it's what you're going through right now, identifying them, working through them, wouldn't you agree? Working through all of them, they will actually help you. So overcome your roadblocks is step 3, and is absolutely vital to your success. Now to implement these, you obviously need the correct tools, the correct strategies, the techniques, and you know what? The one thing that people don't actually realize, and is totally underestimated, not only do you need to have the correct tools, techniques, and strategies, one of the biggest things that we want to talk about is having
Support.
Exactly. You need the correct support. So when you feel like you're spiraling down, you need to know that you actually have got somebody that believes in you to such a degree that you can lift back up.
You've got that safety net,
Absolutely.
you know, so you don't feel like you have to hold on.
Mm-hmm. So now we promised you that we would tell you where you can find more of the good stuff that we've shared with you, so that you can start to discover yourself, transform your life, and start to move towards achieving your very best. And if you feel you are already at your best, we encourage you to make your best even better.
So just one last recap for you. We want to thank you so much for joining us again on this journey. And it's something that we freely want to share with anybody who is really wanting to step forward and own who they are, become their best. Like Anita said, make your best even better.
Mm-hmm.
So to take this step forward, you might have felt a little nervous, you might have felt a little scared, but now in this moment, you should be feeling like you are ready. You're ready to see what the next step is, to be able to get to where you want to go. You're not alone. We are here right by your side, cheering you on, so that you can truly unlock your greatness and step into your personal power. Because remember, this is a journey that takes one small step at a time for that lasting transformation There's no quick fixes, no do it once and it's done, because to live that life, like so many of our members and our clients do, it's just taking those tiny small steps.
And you know what? There is something in you that knows that you're meant for more, just like I did so long ago. So it doesn't matter what you're going through or where you are at. You need to be able to trust that there is more to you, that you too can make a difference in this world. This world needs the very best that is in us. So I'm personally inviting you to have the courage to bring your very best out.
As we promised earlier, we want to introduce you to one of the key components, something that was really vital in the transformation of some of our members and our clients, right? And that it's called the Elevation online course. So it's a step-by-step transformation training program that'll help you to really gain control of your personal power. It'll trigger your passions so that you can actually go from surviving to thriving. It combines all of those tools, those strategies, those techniques, and those empowerment practices that you'll need on your journey moving forward.
So we want to show you how you can step into your personal power with the help of our Elevation program. The program has been created to be able to be like a personal training portal for you so that you can access it on any device you choose to and anywhere really. And it's comprised of the many different modules that are so necessary to be able to actually find your own personal power.
And it's modules with a step-by-step guided process to help you reclaim your personal power. And from knowing where you want to be in your life to working on your operating system and learning how to maximize your power cells, to working and clearing those roadblocks on the path to personal power. And those are just some of the things, the probably key components that we cover in the Elevation online course.
Absolutely. And we've loaded it with the kind of tools that you really need. So with videos, with the kind of exercises that we think that are really important, empowerment practices, the different action tasks. So it's really got quite a lot in there that you can use, but it's not so much that it's overloaded really. It's just the perfect amount of information that you will need, that you can use anytime you need to, so that you can actually take your best to make it even better. And you have got access to one of the things that we are the most proud of as well, which is our Iswara community. It's people that are actually striving towards their greatness, moving from the issues that they've been facing in their lives to becoming the very best that they deserve to. So it's a really exciting place to be, and people that are really supportive and very encouraging.
So you can find more information about the Elevation program in the link on this page. But before you click there, we actually want to gift you with something. And that is a discount, a 50% discount on the first month. Now, this Elevation online course is about going from strength to strength. And again, we're going to say it one more time, making your best even better, because that's something that is so important to us on your journey from point A to point B, all the way to actually where you want to be and where you envision your life.
And you know what? You have made some great choices today, and we congratulate you for that. Won't you honor yourself now and take another step towards you? We are here to support you. Sonia and I, we both are here to support you so that you can take your steps to becoming the best that you deserve to be. So I am Anita Levitt.
And I'm Sonia Lancaster, and it was an absolute pleasure connecting with you.
Bye for now.